Namaste, DDs. My name is Sherry Sutton, and I am your marketing mentor and business bestie. So today we're going to talk about differentiation. How do you make your product stick out? One of the best ways to make sure that your business is successful is to make sure that you have a product that's different from all of the other ones. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. I'm going to show you a few slides from my upcoming masterclass. It's next week. If you're interested in joining, send me a direct message, or I'll put actually a link down below for where you can register. It's going to be a free masterclass. We're going to go through this as well as a ton more. So I highly encourage you to join. Anybody who joins me live for that will get it for free. After that, it's going to be a charged course. So I hope that you are able to make it. And so then you get it for free. We like things that are free, right? All right. I'm going to share some slides with you guys. The first thing you want to think about when you're thinking about your product line is, how is it different, right? Am I different from the competition? How do I stick out from the competition? And this is really a struggle for many of us because we're scared that people aren't going to like us or whatever. But you have to remember that a product for everyone is a product for no one. And this is an old adage in marketing, and it's so true. If you are just creating something that's sort of for everybody, it's not really differentiated enough that you can stick out from the crowd. This marketplace, no matter what you do, is so saturated, particularly on social media, where in order to stand out from the crowd, you have to have something different about your products, right? You need to stand out, because if you're creating something that's for everybody, you're not creating anything that's for anybody, because the best products help solve a need that customers know that they have right now. So if you're not able to solve a very specific need for your clients that they know that they have, you're not going to make a sale. So offering everything to everybody, you're never really tapping into that customer's challenge that they need help with right now, that's going to be enough to make them separate from their money, frankly, and often from their time. The big challenge with this is we sometimes get, oops, I went a little bit too far. Hold on. Well, shoot. Now I messed up my slides. Anyway, let's go forward. All right. One of the biggest things you need to do is make sure that you are doing something that's different, as I said, from everybody else, right? So how can you be immediately recognizable as different? And so I want to share with you, these three actors, right? All very talented. I actually think they're all named Chris, which is sort of random and funny. But they're all very similar, right? They all got sort of light brown hair, blonde, blue eyes, right? Light colored skin. If you were a casting director, you could probably put any of these gentlemen in the same role, right? And they could kind of be interchangeable, right? There's nothing unique about any of these actors that make them stand out. These actors, on the other hand, have very distinct looks, voices, right? Whatever it might be. So when you're looking for a certain type of actor, these are the folks that are going to come up on your list, right? Think about Captain Jack Sparrow, right? I don't think anybody could have played that like Johnny Depp, right? Or Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is Dolly Parton. There is no other Dolly Parton, right? She is a brand in and of herself. Danny DeVito, he's a great example of this, right? Not everyone can play the roles that Danny DeVito can, right? And certainly not the ways that he can play them. So if you're a casting director and you're looking for someone, you're like, all right, I need, a Danny DeVito type person. Well, heck, let's just get Danny DeVito. He is a brand in and of itself, versus the other actors who are like, they're all good. We need a good looking light hair, light brown hair, blue eyes, white guy, right? All of these actors stand on their own because they are unique, right? The types of characters they play are unique, or they're physically unique, or their voices are unique, right? They're all on their own. So these are great examples of actors that are very differentiated. Here's the challenge with being different. People might not like you, right? We all have, it's an essential human need to be liked, to be accepted, and to be part of the crowd, right? So we all get a little bit nervous, especially new entrepreneurs. And I totally get this. I have done this early on in my business where we don't want to be different. We don't want to, niche down. We don't want to offer only certain products and not others because we want to be liked by everybody, right? Because we're scared that being different might mean that people won't like us. But the thing that you have to remember is that being different can also be your superpower. Think about vanilla ice cream, right? Vanilla ice cream is just vanilla ice cream. You can buy vanilla ice cream from any brands, right? And it's always going to be kind of good. So when you go to the grocery store and you think like, oh, I need vanilla ice cream, like you'll probably go for the one that's cheapest or, something like that, right? So if there's not something else that's going to make it look different and draw you in, vanilla ice cream is just vanilla ice cream. There's no reason for you to buy one brand over the other. But let's think about a product like Ben & Jerry's, right? Ben & Jerry's has this Cherry Garcia. Apparently it's super good. I don't like it, right? So I can say that I'm one of those people who, when they created Cherry Garcia and really marketed it, I was like, ick, I don't like chocolate. I know. Isn't that weird? Let's take a second. I don't like chocolate. People tease me about that all the time, but I really don't. I really never have. So the great thing about Cherry Garcia ice cream is people will go to multiple stores to find it because they're the only ones who make it, and it's absolutely delicious. And the people who love it absolutely love it. They'll go to 5 different grocery stores in order to get it because it is an irresistible product that they can't get anywhere else. Now, there are going to be people who are not going to like Ben & Jerry's, right? Because they don't like Cherry Garcia. Of course, they offer other things, but let's just use that as an example. They're going to say, oh, well, I don't, they'd have too many like of these specific flavors. I don't like that. I want something else. But the people who want Cherry Garcia are going to go to multiple stores. They're going to pay extra. They are going to become stark raving fans. And that's what you want to do through your differentiation is make stark raving fans. But that's going to mean that there are also going to be some people who don't like you. And that's okay. Right? Choosing a niche audience, choosing one specific product that solves one challenge that your clients know they have is an absolutely essential part of your business strategy. Being the same thing for everyone is a recipe for disaster. And I know that feels a little counterintuitive to a lot of people, especially when they're first starting. But you have to be willing to be different. You have to be willing to stand up for what you're about, for what makes you different, for what offer you make that is different than what everybody else does, right? So it's not just about you being different, though that could be part of it, but it's about your product. How is your product different? How does it solve your customer's challenge in a way that the other products can't do? This is something we're going to spend a lot of time talking about in the masterclass when we do the masterclass next week, but I wanted to give you just a little preview of it now. What we're going to do next week is we're actually going to talk about all these types of differentiation in depth, and then you're going to do a worksheet where you're going to talk about which of these types of differentiations you're going to focus on in your marketing. So there's multiple types. There's price, there's form, there's features, there's customization, there's performance, there's quality, there's durability, reliability, repairability, style, there are a lot of different types of differentiation. So what I want you to do for the next week or so until the masterclass is really kind of noodle on that, right? What are some of these types of differentiation? How do I feel about being different, right? Am I different now? If I'm not different, why am I not different? Is it something that's sort of a mental block for me as a business owner? And what type of differentiation would make the most sense for me in my business based on my products, or how can I change my products so that they are more differentiated? So I hope that this helps. I promise you, thinking through these things can be uncomfortable, but I promise it will make a huge impact on your bottom line. And I hope to see you all in the masterclass next week. Again, I will put a link in my bio if you're on Instagram, or in the comments if you're watching this on any of those other social channels, or just feel free to direct message me or send me an email. My email is Sherry, SHERRY, at DIDI.marketing, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.